Welcome back, guys. Episode number 5, the Anna Coyote Football Stats Show. We are here going to cover all things Anna versus Walnut Grove in Week 5, non-district matchup. And I am Phil Morgan.
I'm Blake Rundy. Look, it was a great homecoming win.
Yes, sir.
52-7. You can see the score on the helmet behind us. It was a big win. But before we jump in, it's celebrating and talking about the stats and celebrating these kids and uplifting them.
Let's do a little housekeeping.
I need y'all to do 2 things. If you haven't already done it, I don't know why.
Either.
Subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Totally free. Doesn't cost you anything. Doesn't make us any money. We're just here to celebrate the boys.
That's it.
So subscribe. And then click the little bell. Ding. For the
Do
notifications.
Do that one more time.
Ding. Click the bell so that your notifications are turned on so that you can be one of the first to watch the video. You don't want to miss out. You don't want to be like the guys who are missing the TV shows and then you start crying, no spoilers, no spoilers.
So people are going to be walking up to you, and those that watch the show now, they're just going to walk by you and go, ding,
ding. So do those 2 things. Knowing my student number, I'm not even going to say it. So we had a big game this last week. We're moving on from that, guys.
You see how he wants to play that? No, we did. We had a great game. By all means, that's just a blowout. It was a good win, well executed on our boys' part. I know there's some things we can talk about in terms of mistakes, but like I say, this show's about encouragement. We don't have to call out all the mistakes, and I know coaches are, and we've got a well-coached team that showed up.
That's their job. It's the coach's job to point out the mistakes. We get to just highlight the positives and talk about their achievements, which is a cool thing. We get to talk about Grayson Stewart.
Yeah,
running down a player in the open field and preventing a touchdown. Yeah, at least for the time being. They ended up scoring on that drive, but he showed up big.
Jabari Finney.
Yeah, Jabari Finney, shoestring tackle.
And it was going to the house. Had he not swiped at that foot, man, that would have been an opening touchdown. And then on the first, like on kick on the very first play of the game,
the very first play, and then Abram Greer a couple plays later saying, "Not in my house, not on my homecoming."
No, sir.
saying I don't care what others gotta say.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do me, and I'm gonna show up big. And by the way, guys, we love getting to lift you guys up, shout you out, and call you out. Like that's what we're here to do. This isn't about us. This is all about you guys.
No,
and that's why we do it, man. We see how hard you work.
And it's fun to watch you guys succeed and reach new levels of excellence as you do that. And I think Abram was a good case in point this week. He had plenty of things he could have taken personal and worn in a weird way if he wanted to.
Maybe he took it out on them.
And maybe he did because he had a heck of a game, and it was a lot of fun to watch. So I think getting into this, let's just go ahead and jump in. You ready for this?
Let's talk about the offense.
Let's talk about the offense. All right, well, I'm going to bring us back talking about our guy, number 8, Mr. Zyondre Williams.
Come on now.
Going to give him a little bit of love. He's got
a little bit.
He's got what I call a 1+1 when it comes to Stickerville.
1 + 1, that equals 2.
1 + 1 = 2. 2 stickers for our friend Zy. Listen, 16-25 on this game. It was a good game, very efficient, 64% completion percentage, looking really good, doing good things with the ball. Really has is developing a good vision for the field. Really taking some good steps forward. So 2 passing touchdowns.
Okay, that gets a sticker.
Yeah, that gets a sticker. He had 117 plus QB rating.
Okay. I see you, Zy. I see you.
I mean, come on now. That's pretty good, right?
I see you.
But not just, he wants to show that he's not just one-dimensional. He's not a one-dimensional dude. Mm-hmm. He's a two-dimensional guy. He got it into the end zone with his feet, ran one in, got himself rattled off an extra 49 yards in this game on the ground, as well as everything he did in the air. So 2 sticker day for our boy Zy. They're going to go up on the board.
I love it, but not to be outdone. Look, we have a deep quarterback room. We really do.
Yep.
And Jaden Poole came into the game. He got in on, I think, our 3rd series. We were up 14-0. And
he got in super early.
And Coach Parr said, you know what? Let's let our 2s get some work in here early while the game is still close. I thought that was a really cool coaching move to see. Yep. So shout out to you, Coach Parr. Maybe we put a sticker up for the Coach Parr decision-making. He's like, he may never see that.
No, he probably won't, right?
But Jaden came in, and Jaden went 11 for 19 on the day for 92 yards passing and a TD pass. But the reason he's going to get his sticker on the board, his first sticker for the season, we've shouted him out a couple of times.
Yep, we have.
But, Jaden, your first sticker for the season comes on your rushing touchdown. You scrambled off to the right for an 11-yard rush to get into the end zone after it seemed like we had about 18 plays in a row where it was either an incomplete, a penalty, something happened. But you know what? You decided, I'm going to use my legs. I'm going to go get me a sticker. I'm going to get me a tutty.
I think that's exactly what he was thinking.
Yep.
I'm going to give me a sticker.
In that moment, you could see it in his head because he turned and looked at us and said sticker after.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
No, he didn't.
He
But Jaden, we're proud of you. You had an awesome game.
Really
so
good game.
he led the way, but he wasn't the only one getting the job done on the ground. He and Zai had a good one.
And I'll just say for the record, not a lot of drop-off.
No.
Play-wise, not a lot of
Play well.
drop-off. They're definitely two different quarterbacks, but there's just not a lot of drop-off there. And I think that goes to speak so highly of Jaden and his abilities. And so it was really great to see them both get some action this last week. So
Well, then Xavier Bennett came in the game.
yes, he did.
Number 22 came over from the defense this year. Playing some running back. He came in, he had 6 carries, 26 yards, but he gets on the board for the first time this season with a tutty.
In the house, baby.
Hey, if you haven't seen the theme so far, we scored 52 points, which means there's a lot of tutties to talk about.
Lots
and we
and
love
lots.
it. But look, like he had a big game. He showed up big. It's fun to talk about Xavier Bennett for the first time this season.
It is, and we're going to talk about a lot of guys for the first time tonight, just because when you've got that kind of a lead, you're going to get the opportunity to get some of these guys that are deeper on the bench, like experience, so they grow, they get better doing in game rep, and really it's a lot of fun. And just kind of talking about that while Xavier was doing his thing, the reality is that the other two guys that are normally playing had really good games. They had really good days, and each of them had a good chunk play. You had Chumley and Rogers both running on the day. Chumley had a 24-yard breakout play, and then respectively, Rogers had 33 yards on a run, and so both of them had 2 really big runs in the game, and that kind of complemented just everything. You've got to respect the run. Just as soon as a team might drop some more guys in coverage, Chumley or Rogers is gonna make you remember why you still have to play
100%. And real quick on that point, Chumley averaged 8.8 yards a carry, and Rogers averaged 9.6. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's
like they took those
good
opportunities
averages.
and made the most of them. But I also want to transition. I want to talk about some receivers.
Yeah, man. This is so fun.
2 words. He's back. He's back.
Yes, he is.
Emmers is back. First drive of the game, he takes one into the end zone.
Gets it.
You can't write a better script. Like you can't draw it up better than that. He gets a catch early in the drive. It was like a 15, 18-yard gain, something like that. And then he catches a little bubble screen down at the 4 or 5 yard line and just brings it into the house. And on this first drive, first series of the entire season, coming back from an injury, Mr. Jacob Emmers.
Yes, sir.
I'm still waiting for you to tell me how many offers you have, Jacob.
That's right, man. You still hadn't told us.
What's up?
You holding out on us?
Jacob Emmers, we see you 4 for 39 on the day with the touchdown. You're back, man. We're excited.
It was so much fun, man. I was right there on that north end zone where he scored that touchdown. What a fun thing to watch him.
I saw you trying to run out and chest bump him.
But
you held yourself back. You said,
I did.
You know what?
I showed restraint. I don't want to lose my pass. I want to, and I'm pretty sure that would get me banned for life. So,
but he wasn't the only wide receiver that showed up.
No, man. Listen, Ronald Bell Jr. keeps doing his thing. Number 13 keeps showing up. And the thing is like this week, I think what you're going to start to see, at least in my estimation, and is you're going to start to see with Emmers and Steens now back, right? There's no way you can cheat to one side or the other. There's no way you can cheat to one player or the other. You can't double cover anybody now. Like with the 1-2-3 like we've got, these guys are getting the ball.
Well, you might be able to, but you're going to watch Steens and Bell and Poole run by you all night long.
Hey, listen, Ronald Bell was really efficient, 16.5 yards average per reception. He had 4 for 66 and a touchdown, baby. Ronald Bell Jr. ringing it up.
Finding
ding, ding, ding.
the paint.
See, that's a theme for this episode is the bell ringing, I think.
But hey, not to be
outdone,
our running back. So we talk about our receiving threats, but now all of a sudden we have running backs coming out of the backfield getting these big plays in the receiving game, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Chumley has showed that he has sure hands and that he's a good option.
Look at this
Not just
kid.
for a little dump down, but like to get some chunk yards. And so Mr. Chumley had 2 catches on the night, 8 yards for a touchdown.
For the touchdown. And it was really the touchdown reception was really his most productive catch of the night.
Yes.
But the thing is, with that catch, he's not afraid to hit somebody. Right? He's not afraid of contact. He will lower those shoulders. He will put his head down, and he will try to steamroll anyone.
If you're ever played some Madden, he's hitting that right stick forward.
Right
the
stick
truck
forward,
stick.
right
Truck
stick
stick, truck stick, truck stick. He's not trying to juke you. He's saying,
No.
I'm just going to run through you.
And because we've got guys like Chumley that are able to do that, Ronald Bell Jr., those guys, it frees up Sean Steens to
come on now.
Yeah, come on. Number 2, baby. Number 2. To have an incredible game. I mean, he really did. Like, I know he didn't see the end zone, and everybody wants the end zone, but for 8 catches for 105 yards, that's an absolute playmaker stat, and number 2 gets a sticker for that line alone. That's incredible. And that's why, honestly, and I believe this with my whole heart, that's why some of these guys find openings, is because the opposing defenses are petrified of the Steens effect.
I like it.
It's the Steens effect.
The Steens effect. I like it. I like it a lot. So he had a big day.
Yeah.
Not only did he have a big day, but then he had a big Saturday. Like, I'm just going to throw this out there. Dude got a invite to go watch North Texas from the
Yes, he
sideline.
did.
That's a big deal. Like, the thing that's exciting to me is we continue to see more and more our dudes getting these calls from these programs.
It's fun.
And it's deserved.
Yeah,
You guys
100%.
have earned this offense, defense, special teams. You guys have earned this. We're just so proud of the work you guys are putting in and how it's starting to pay off.
Yeah, listen, guys, there's a lot of people who are going to talk. Of course, your competitors are always going to hate, but just keep your head down. Keep playing ball. You know, the more you're playing ball, the more you're putting up stats, the less people will have to say. You know, your effort is making its case. And that's the bottom line. And that's why you're getting to go the places you're going. Keep it up, guys. We are having so much fun watching all these things come across. And so, listen, that's a great receiving day. Emmers, Ronald Bell Jr., Chumley, Steens, incredible. Absolutely incredible.
That's crazy. And like, once again, Brett Poole.
Brett
Poole had a good game as well.
Yep.
Like, his stats didn't meet the threshold, but like, it's just our receiving
Big
room
catch, Brett.
is big catch Brett.
I'm going to keep saying it.
Is ridiculous. But hey, we've got some team stickers for the offense to give out.
We
too.
do.
Look,
4 team stickers.
4 team stickers. Number 1, protect the rock. No turnovers, guys.
Hey.
That is a big deal when you can go through a game clean.
Yep.
Like, by the way, more and more, this offense is starting to look like a championship caliber offense, and protecting the rock reflects that.
Yep.
Championship teams don't turn the ball over; they don't get the opposing teams easy
Extra
field
chances.
position.
Yeah, don't give them extra chances.
And they didn't do that.
Nope.
You guys protected the rock. That is the entire team taking care of business.
And protecting the rock is why they could do the next one.
Come on now,
They just greedy.
they just greedy.
Our boys just greedy. That's what it is. They greedy.
They
50
just greedy.
plus points in a game. You get the they just greedy sticker. It's going up, guys. Listen, this level of play is the kind of play that you really just have to execute every week with that kind of play, because that's what's going to be expected when you start getting deeper and deeper into the playoffs. So, to get there, you got to play like that, and to keep in the playoffs, you got to play like that. And so these are good games. You're building up a resume. You're building up experience. It's fun to watch, man.
Yeah,
it's fun to watch.
Yeah, it is. And so I get to kind of piggyback on my first team sticker, the protect the rock. But what we also did is we gained the edge.
Yeah,
and so we're going to mention it here,
Yeah,
but
they
this
did.
also has to do with our defense and our special teams. We gained the edge. We caused more turnovers than turnovers we had, and you're going to hear those turnovers that we caused in a minute.
Yeah.
And you're going to hear an individual that had a
Big game.
monster game.
Yep.
But we gained the edge. We won the turnover battle. So we didn't give the other team good field position, but we took good field position, and we took momentum away from them time and time and time and time. And time again. So we gained the edge. That's a big one.
That is big. And the reason all these things really kind of come together. And when they do, it creates this last sticker, which is the "You Can't Stop Us" sticker.
Who can stop us?
No one can stop us.
You can't
stop us. I know that much. Walnut Grove could not stop us. More than 500 yards of offense. Just over 500 yards, but more than 500 yards of offense.
Hey,
you can't stop us.
Half 1,000 yards?
Mhm.
That's a lot. That is a lot for a regulation football game.
I like how you said that. 1,000 yards.
Let's go with the bigger number. Let's round up and then round back down.
This sticker is for gaining more than more than 1,000 yards.
Do the math at home real quick. While you guys are doing that math, hey, we want to shout out the 5 hog mollies up front, the guys in the trench. Hey, can I start on the left side?
You start with any one of them. They all deserve it. So
I'm gonna start with freshman Peyton Miller, number 54.
Yeah,
left tackle.
I'll shout out Lane White, number 73.
Okay.
Yeah, come on now.
Playing on the right side of the line. I'm gonna shout out Zachary Robertson, number 75.
Jesse Vasquez jumped in there too.
Come on, what's Jesse Vasquez's number?
I didn't even look.
66.
66.
And then we're going to go with Marcos Rivera. He's playing over at that right guard, number 77.
You know, as we've looked back over these shows, one of the things that we have not done is we just have not said those names enough. You know, we haven't given them enough opportunity to have their names shouted out. And so, you know, the reason these offensive stats, you know, happen is because these things work in tandem. They work together. That's why we call it a team. Right, and so these guys have been doing their job. They've been doing it hardcore in the trenches all year long so far, and I know they've got big goals, and they're going to be a big part of why we get where we get. So, great job, guys. Really good game.
We see you guys. Hey, I think it's about time.
Let's take a little break.
Let's take a sponsor break real quick.
Let's take a sponsor break, and then we'll just roll right into defense afterwards.
Let's do it.
Let's go. All right, here we are, back. Going to do a little defensive talk. This is always a fun segment.
I'm excited for this number you're about to throw out. I'm excited for it. I'm looking at the par sheet. No pun intended, but the par sheet, our show list.
Yeah, this is fun, guys. There's a lot of stats that we've thrown out. 17 tackles for loss last week was a fun one to talk about. That was huge.
The wrong way sticker.
The wrong way sticker is our favorite by far, and we can't wait for you guys to earn that again, by the way. But this one's really cool. 25 different guys got a tackle in this game. 25 guys. I mean, let that sink in for a minute. 25 guys got a defensive tackle in this game. I think that might be the most in a single game in all the season. I can't think of a game where we've had more opportunity like that than this one. Maybe Aubrey was close. I went back and looked, but we didn't have 25 guys in Aubrey getting tackles.
I'm going to interject right here real quick.
Come on, hit it.
There are plenty of football teams in the state of Texas who don't even have 25 guys on their team, let alone 25 guys who could make a tackle. I'm just being really honest.
Right.
But we had 25 different dudes just make tackles.
Yeah. Lots of guys saw the field in this win.
That's incredible. That shows the depth of our talent and the depth of willingness of our players willing to get it done. Because some of these were special teams tackles. Some of them were defensive tackles. But they go down as that. But it shows the willingness. Like I look at a guy on the list, Sean Steens had a tackle. He's our leading receiver as far as yards go on the day. And he's getting down there on a kickoff and making a tackle.
Yep.
They're just willing to do what it takes.
Everybody has to do their part, and that's going to be, that's. In fact, I was watching some games this weekend, some college games, and that's one of the things the commentators kept saying over and over about this one particular team was that this offense will not succeed if the receivers and the tight ends downfield don't block. For their runners or people who have the ball, whether it was a reception from another wide receiver, you're not going to get massive yards after the catch if everybody doesn't pitch in and do their part after the catch. And so, I think this team is really doing that, and they're starting to do that more. They've always been selfless in that way.
Yes.
And this is why we are where we are, right? Last week we had 17 tackles for a loss as a team. This week we still had 7 tackles for loss, which is pretty amazing in general.
The line I still have ingrained in my brain from Friday night is, and name the Walnut Grove player runs up the middle for no gain.
For no gain.
Or for a gain of 1 yard. Or for a loss of 1 yard.
Yeah.
And then they stopped running up the middle.
Well, and, honestly, they stopped going anywhere. The defense was exactly what it should be.
Yes.
It's exactly what we've known it is, and it's proving itself week in and week out. And that's why we get to give out the running on a treadmill sticker. Running on a treadmill, we gave out a couple games ago for less than 200 yards of offense. Guys, you did it again, and so running on a treadmill sticker goes up on the board for this defense, this Death Squad defense.
They Death Squad.
Got the flag, baby.
They were running hard but going nowhere. They're running hard on that treadmill, but they didn't get anywhere.
It's fun to see them debut the flag running out on the field.
That
with
was
it,
cool.
So that was kind of fun.
That was really cool. Hey, I'm gonna kind of break it down a little bit.
Let's roll in. Let's break it down.
Let's break it down. Number 35, C.J. Miller. Just named the dude.
The dude. CJ the Dude Miller.
A scouting report, literally another team's scouting report this year. I'm not going to say who.
Yeah.
Maybe if you come ask me, I might tell you. But another team's scouting report simply said, CJ, he is the dude.
The dude.
And he showed up. 12 tackles, 3 tackles for a loss, 1 sack. Hey, by the way, we went and looked at some of the numbers. I'm going to say some of these numbers might be skewed, but but C.J. Miller is in the top 100 in the entire state of Texas for total tackles at this point in the season. C.J. Miller is literally everywhere.
He is.
Is he MasterCard everywhere you want to be?
Apparently, 12 tackles and 3 tackles for a loss and a sack. He's everywhere a linebacker wants to be.
CJ continues to show up big, and we're continuing to be proud of him.
Yeah, for sure.
And come get him.
Great job, CJ. Hey, we're going to talk about Grant Cerveny.
Hey, now.
Come on, man. I've been waiting to call this name all year.
It's our safety.
It is, man. Just an incredible athlete. Like, what a great dude. I mean, he loves the game. He wants to compete. He's just got a heart to win, and he'll do anything and everything to make that happen. And that's kind of been a lot of what we've talked about this week, gearing up for this particular show is, we need guys that'll do whatever it takes. And man, I got film on one of his hits. Bro.
Boom.
Oh my. It's criminal, bro. It's criminal. He hit him so hard, right? And you'll watch. We're going to play it right now. You're going to see it over the top of us, and you'll see it many times. I'll probably play it 4 or 5 times because it's just
and there goes
punishing in every way,
boom.
right? So it's one of his 6 tackles. He had a tackle for loss. The guy gets on the board with two stickers this week. Grant Cerveny, number 3, incredible game, man, and a pleasure to shout you out, and even much more pleasure to watch this film over and over again.
True. And so I get to call out the next guy.
Come on.
I called him last week, the man,
the myth,
the legend.
Here he is.
Grayson Stewart, number 7. Hey, he's getting one sticker on the day, 7 tackles. He was our second leading tackler.
Yeah, I wished he could tackle.
Yeah. It's too bad that it's too bad that he can't sprint 50 yards downfield and catch up to a receiver who's broken away and save a touchdown and make big plays.
He's not fast. It's a shame he's not fast.
By the way, I might have to go get this clip for you because he laid an absolute smackdown. He rivaled Grant smackdown right on the goal line. The running back was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go score a touchdown."
He went to heaven.
He didn't. He didn't go score a touchdown.
He sent him straight to Jesus.
Grayson said, "No, I got this." And that's not where you're going.
No.
You're going back to the huddle to have to run another offensive play. Grayson Stewart just shows up in big ways. And his tackles were a little bit less than what he's gotten all season long because they were scared to run the ball up the middle after a quarter and some change.
Yeah, it was brutal. And another reason it was brutal, not only did our boy number 7 do his thing, but number 42 continues to prove why he's one of the 4 horsemen of the death squad. Abram Greer lit it up.
Yes.
Right, lit it up. 5 tackles, a tackle for loss, and a sack on the day. I mean, it is absolutely a completely impressive, another impressive. That's 5. Every game, kid, every game. And I mean that nice, like kid. I mean just an absolute menace on a football field.
Well, he's showing time and time again that he's playing outside linebacker for us, but he's showing that he has the speed to go sideline to sideline.
Yep.
To cover sideline to sideline, to drop into coverage, to get into the backfield. Abram Greer is showing that he has the full package.
I know there's not a stronger guy in our division. There's no way there's a stronger guy in our division playing the same position.
I think he can squat a bus.
Yeah,
and that's only a small overstatement.
I was sitting on the other edge of the stanchion that was keeping bystanders out during their weightlifting combine part, and I watched him.
Wasn't it like 6 bills or something?
Yes, I mean that's basically a Volkswagen Bug. He just put a Volkswagen Bug on his back and just went.
Down, up,
dude,
down,
super strong, great player,
up.
Incredible game, over and over and over again. So thankful he's a part of this team.
Yes. Hey, I get to call out somebody new.
Do it.
Number 92, Jaren Littleton.
Yes,
you had a
sir.
tackle for the loss on the day. You getting yourself a sticker, Jaren. We see you. This is what we're talking about with 25 dudes getting a tackle. People getting like a 52-7 score means we got to see people get in.
Yeah.
And Jaren's one of those dudes that got in and took advantage. Number 92, we see you.
And a guy close to number 94,
Come on now.
Kaden Banks. Another first call out, man. Tackle for loss. We sticker those, man. Anytime you're bringing somebody down behind that line of scrimmage, you're going to get mentioned. You're going to get your shout out. So Kaden Banks, number 94, we see you, my friend, and you got yourself on the board.
I'm going to talk about a dude.
Get it?
That had a game.
And
a half. And maybe 3 games. And Jameson Adams, number 15, showed up massive. My guy's getting 5 stickers.
5 stickers, man.
He had 1 pass deflection. That's a good that's a good defensive play. You had a pass deflection, buddy.
Yeah.
Then he had an interception. Then he got another interception. And he wasn't his second interception, he took to the house.
I think it was number 2 that he took, that because the first one he caught and was
and then for some reason they kept throwing in his direction. And so he said, I'm now offended. I have had a pass defense. I've had 1 interception. I've had 2 interceptions and a touchdown. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm gonna get a 3rd interception on the day.
Yeah.
5 stickers, a pass deflection, 3 interceptions, and a 50-yard pick 6 to the house.
What an incredible run, too. I mean, I think he probably shucked 4, 5, 6 tackles.
He was just gone.
They were not going to bring. He knew where he wanted to go.
He smelled the house and said, "That home cooking smells
Listen,
good. Here we go."
A third of his stats would be a highlight reel. That's just how good this game was for Jameson Adams. It was such a good game. But hey, Jameson, we see you, man. Number 15.
Good game, bro.
You're on the board. 5 stickers. That's pretty cool. So Jaden Davis was not far behind, though. Jaden was doing the same thing. Both of those guys were having a pretty good understanding of what this team was doing.
Mm-hmm.
They had a really good understanding of what was happening, and so they were around in moments where there was opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
And Jaden made an opportunity.
Yes,
and he got an interception, and that interception is a reason your number 5 is up on the helmet, Jaden. You know I love you, man. You're an incredible dude. You got a great way about you. I just think so far with our team, the sky's the limit. We're just getting better. There's still room. There's still room to grow. They're still going to get better. But man, Jaden and Jameson just set it off.
Well, and Jaden's interception was really cool because he shed a block. And then it was off of a tip drill to go and dive and get that interception. So it shows his effort. It shows him willing to work hard.
He's a freak athletically, though.
Yes.
I mean, another multi-sport athlete who is, by all rights, one of the most entertaining guys to watch on a basketball court, too.
Mm-hmm.
He is
multi-sport athlete.
So much fun to watch on a basketball court. So.
Hey, Abram Greer.
Yes, sir.
Number 42.
Yeah.
And Kaden Banks, number 94. Each of them caused a fumble in the game. We see you guys showing up huge, showing up in monstrous ways. Abram Greer and Kaden Banks, 94 for Kaden, 42 for Abram. Gosh. We see you each with a fumble caused.
Yeah, that is incredible, man. And listen, this guy we call out every game. You ready for another guy?
Do it.
Number 25, Cash Williams.
Cash Money.
Cash Money Williams, man. Here he is again with a fumble recovery, and his partner in crime this week in terms of stats is Willie Boyd, number 90, picking up himself a fumble recovery as well. So both those guys get on the board for fumble recoveries. It's great when you got guys that are getting the ball loose. Right,
yes.
And other guys have the presence of mind, the field vision to be able to see that ball's out and to make a play and to pick it up. And that's
yes.
That not only did that lead to other stickers, that it leads to something way more important, right? It leads to opportunities for points,
yes.
And that's one of the reasons, guys. Both of those recoveries are instrumental in making sure we had over 50 points in this game.
Cash's fumble recovery is what set up our last touchdown drive of the game to get above 50.
Yep.
So, we see you doing that. But, hey, we had some other big plays, some pass defense.
Yep.
Not covered earlier. Grant Cerveny, number 3.
Again.
Not only did you have some tackles and did you show up big, but you also had a pass defense. So we see you doing that. Isaiah Evans, number 31, pass defense.
New name, baby. I love it.
Kalen Brown, number 32.
Not a new name.
Pass defense.
We've called him, but, man, good to hear him again.
Abram Greer, linebacker.
Who's that?
Number 42. We haven't talked about him a whole lot yet. No. Abram Greer, number 42, had 2 pass defense from the linebacker position. Like we said, we're hyping these guys up, but it's not hyperbole. When we talk about linebackers being able to run sideline to sideline, drop into coverage, rush the quarterback, I'm not joking.
Right.
The stats back up what Abram Greer is able to do. 2 pass deflections. We see all of these guys. Your names are on the screen. You got stickers on the board. We're proud of how you're showing up and the effort you're putting in and the results that are coming.
An incredible defensive week. Another incredible defensive week. A lot of fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
But let's transition to our last stat category for the night. Let's talk about special teams.
Well, hey, we had a great night on special teams. The job of special teams is to be perfect.
There you go.
Right? That's the job. And when you do your job, you get shouted
It's
out.
what makes that position stressful, right?
Yes.
Like your expectation is 100%, period. I mean, there's no apology for that. Like as kickers, it's a 100, especially for PATs, it's a 100% success rate. That's the standard.
I mean, think about it. We talk about quarterbacks, 65% completion percentage gets you on the board, but like that's just the standard. Like you're expected to make your kicks. And Mr. Hinckley, number 28, went 7 for 7 on the night. That is a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
And then, not to be outdone, by the way, Mr. Hinckley, number 28, 7 for 7. Mr. Mariquin, number 82. Reverse numbers. I just now noticed that.
Yeah.
Reverse numbers. He went 1 for 1 on the night with a field goal attempt, a 35-yard field goal.
He's a
So
freshman,
he gets on
which
the
is
board.
fun.
Yeah.
You know, it's good to see a freshman jumping in there and making the sticker board. You know?
So our kickers were perfect on the day. So they're
Perfect.
both getting up on the board. So we see you guys going up there. We're proud of you.
Man,
Whew.
what a game. I mean, just in general, you know, it's funny to me. People talk about, oh, it was boring. We were up by so much, and
Oh, we were up there having a blast.
yeah, man. I don't know. Maybe for me, it's not as boring when you know you're going to get to shout out and like encourage and hype up these guys for the work that they're doing. I mean, for me, it was fun. I'm sitting back there going, that's a new one. That's a
Yep.
new guy. That's a new guy.
Yep.
That's a new guy. That's a new guy. And it was a blast to watch. So
We were sitting up there at one point, and we were like, "Come on, Jaden! Come on, Jaden Poole! We like get you a sticker, Jaden!
Get
you
you
a
a
sticker!
sticker!
Get you your first sticker of the season!" We were up there rooting for that. We were up there
Yeah.
rooting for you guys. Man, it is exciting by my count, and I think you corroborated this. That's 42 stickers.
42.
That's an Abram Greer number of stickers
This
given out this game.
This show sponsored by Abram Greer, number 42. Oh man! Well, hey guys, we're going to wrap up here, and we're going to wrap up with a quick invite. Game days are a lot of fun
Yes, they are.
around Coyote Stadium. Like there is so much activity. Starting at 5:30, we do the tailgate. Tailgate's an absolutely amazing experience. Come chop it up with all sorts of people. I think there's 30-something spots of people who are
Yeah.
out tailgating. We've got
it's a
vendors.
big deal. We're not the only ones.
No, there's vendors. There's like food vendors. Listen, one of my favorite ones is that Hawaii 5 Snow. I'm not gonna lie, this big boy likes some sugar.
My son went and got a big snow cone, and they sent my son back and said, "Hey, tell your dad that we charged you $500 for the snow cone." And I said, "That's fine, Josh. You go make snow cones with him to pay that off, brother." But
They're worth it.
Yeah,
They're worth it.
They're good. They're good.
Hey, we just did a commercial. We don't get anything for that, just so you know. But yeah, so 5:30 starts the tailgate. A lot of fun, games, food. It's a great atmosphere. And the thing that makes it so great is the people that are there. They're willing to engage, to talk, to have some fun.
Right.
And that's so come out there. Then 6:30.
6:30
is the Coyote Walk, and so the team walks in, and we get to cheer them on and start that hype train a little bit for them.
Start that hype train, and it's like it's everybody that gets to walk. The flags walk in, the cheerleaders, the dance team, like everybody gets to walk in and see the community there rallying behind them, supporting them, and that's a big deal.
Yeah, it's incredible, and again, it's another way that you get to be involved in creating the kind of high level atmosphere that players enjoy.
Never underestimate what it means to these students to have people show up, show out, and support them. And that's why we're doing all of this. That's why we tailgate.
Right.
That's why we do the stat show. That's why we are there for the Coyote Walk.
Yep, and it all builds up to the 7:30 kickoff.
7:30 kickoff.
This week, it's first district game, so it's a big game.
First district.
First district game against Maybank, 7:30 this Friday. We hope to see every one of you guys out there. Come out, support the Coyotes. Come out and join us at the tailgate, and let's have an incredible Friday night under the lights.
Let's do it. On 3. 1, 2, 3.
Go Coyotes!